So a lot of you seem very interested in my weird house. I've not shown any pictures of it with the interior like I used to do in game pictures with that last house, but I realized while I was, just raiding and such a couple days ago that it's actually much harder to defend your house against raiders because you can no longer hit through walls, you can no longer do the thing where you take the lock off and put it on really quickly, and a lot of people just aren't comfortable with logging, like combat logging to save their house. So today I'm gonna show off my house, show off the things I do to keep my stuff safe. And also I'm gonna just provide a basic tour because people seem very interested in this thing. So right off the bat, you'll see all the walls are 3 high. The reason they're not 2 high, or 1 high, or whatever, is because if raiders come in, right, and they make, what are they called? Outpost towers. If raiders make one of these outpost towers, they can actually climb two square high houses. And for those of you who don't know, you can climb a 1 square high house with a ladder. So that's the reason I make this stuff so tall. And I don't make any taller because any taller and you decrease the accuracy of the weapons when you're firing downwards. So if I'm up here firing at this door, I'm going to be less accurate if I'm 4 stories tall than if I'm 3 stories tall. So let's go inside. This first room, very simple airlock. I've got a little candle here. And I've got candles in all my airlocks just because it... Hold on. Okay. Just because it illuminates anyone lockpicking. And so if I'm like, hey, is anyone lockpicking? I look down, look, candle, I can see very clearly where they are, even if it's nighttime, because houses get very dark at night. And then you'll notice some windows, and there's actually no way to shoot into this room. We'll get into why that is later. But let's say I'm a raider, right? I've just broken into this room, right, with my lock, assuming I've survived the barrage from upstairs. I'm in here. I then break this lock. I'm like, oh, look at all these chests. The locked chests. Oh, cool. And the locked chests are basically empty. What did I put in this? I think some bands? Oh, stone rocks and blueberries, and then nothing. These are fake. These are fake chests because this whole thing is a fake entrance. And guess what? There's 2 overhangs, so I can literally shoot down into this. Now, this is a pretty common thing on most houses, but I'll get into why mine are special later. But essentially, right? This is a very simple fake entrance. This is not the actual entrance to my house, but a lot of people think it is. And when there's a large amount of raiders raiding me, right, they'll come in, they'll take these 2 locks, they'll barge in through here, and immediately start picking these chests. And what I do is I drop down to the front, and I lock them in. I lock this door, I lock this door. I can then pick them off from above, or, as I typically do, jump down and melee them. So now I'll show you the actual entrance to this house. We come over here, right? There's a little underpass type thing, and ooh, look! A door! And this is actually a very special position. Everything here is here for a reason. So, as you see, there's a door, and yes, by the way, you can get back under it if you come up here. You can wiggle your way under there. So anyways, this whole area is very special because, as you guessed, there's an overhang, right? And there's a little slope here. As you can see, the ground is sloping downwards. And this is because there's a new strategy raiders use where they'll be picking a lock, and they'll do this thing where they'll bring all their faction members over, and the faction members will stand right where they're standing. So if you fire at the guy picking the lock, you hit the faction members. This is called body blocking. This is a new real bullshit strategy that people use now. And it's unfortunately not counterable without hitting the walls. Or doing this. And so what I've done here is set up a slope so that anytime anyone dies, right? Let's pretend I died. You fall down the slope and land here. So that way, if you kill people body blocking, their dead bodies will not continuously block the lockpicker because in most in most scenarios, if you've got a lockpicker picking the lock and they're crouched and stuff, they have a very low profile. They're very low to the ground, and so dead bodies will actually cover them up entirely, so you can't hit them. It's a real cheap strategy, but this counters that, which is what I'm trying to say. So then we get into the actual entrance, right? So let's say we're a raider. We've just broken in here. There you go. Lock that. Another overhang, right? We break through this door. Another overhang, right? And we break through this final door. Another overhang. And now we're inside the house, right? So it's not quite the whole grub strategy with 32 doors lined up or whatever. But there is a lot of overhangs, you know, just in case I'm hit with like a force of 20 guys, I need to whittle them down. So then, yeah, we got, in this area, we got a very simple library. Got just some candles. The reason there's so many candles is because I want this house illuminated even at nighttime. Then we come up here, we got our second floor. We've got an empty cupboard. And we've got this little area. I call it a prison. I don't really know what to do with it. It's just kind of a place. And the idea is you'd come over here, you'd look through the door with your camera, you see some barrels, and you'd assume there's shit in there, but there's nothing in there. But then we'll go up here. We got a little waiting area. Got another little waiting area. There's nothing in this cupboard. There's nothing in this barrel. Then we've got this little conference room, which I don't quite know what to do with, but I just like the look of it. And I've got like a roof thing here with the... Don't know what to call this either, but the roof comes up like this. Originally it was going to be a skylight, but then I thought they looked kind of stupid, and so now it's this roof section. And a little knife I found, and an empty chest. So then we get the second to last room. This is where my bed is, and then this is where spare sets are. And then we've got all these overhangs. The grubs call these like peek-arounds or some stupid-ass name like that. I prefer the term overhangs. Whatever really works, because this isn't technically an overhang, but it just works out better. I prefer the terminology. So anyways, right, as you can see, right under me, this is the fake entrance, and you can see inside the fake entrance using these windows here. That's the whole point. And then once people get through the fake entrance, they start picking these. And so I can jump down here, lockpick it, and then kill the two people. Jump down here, relock the door, and then kill the people in there. And so that's typically how I deal with the people who go through the fake entrance. And then we've got the real entrance here, right? And then the little sliding area to stop people from body piling and body blocking. And then we've got this room, which leads into 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 the house. And yeah, it's that simple. And so then I'm just going to cover the roof real quick before we get into the shiny room. Right, so... Oh my god, I forgot. You can see nothing with the low render distance. But anyways, some very simple stuff here. We've got these triangle formations, very simple cover. You can now actually shoot between these, right? There used to be an invisible wall here. But now you can just shoot between them perfectly well, which is very handy. And then we've got these. These are, okay, how do I explain this? These are essentially a better version of... you know how people always put these like shingle pieces on the sides of their houses and then they shoot off of them? Well, I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that strategy because this edge... Shit, okay, stay in one place. Actually, I'll highlight it. This edge here, like, when you look at a shingle piece, the edge that you're firing off of has a little bit of an invisible hitbox, and when you're firing straight down, frequently you just hit that stupid hitbox outright, and that's very annoying, especially when you're firing something that takes forever to load, like a Giselle. So what I do is I use these. And these are essentially the same design, just with a few more blocks, a few more logs, and you can fire straight down perfectly well with these. Somehow my arrow bent, but you get the idea. You can fire straight down with these, and you can't fire straight down with the typical stuff. So that is very helpful. And now with that all out of the way, we will visit my shiny room, which is my favorite place in this house, and for whatever reason, people keep running up to my door and asking to see it. So today I'm going to give a little tour of it. Boop! So this is the shiny room. We've got stuff from really all over. This is the entirety of my treasure chest collection with some other unique things important to me. So I guess we'll start with the Glaive Wall. I've been collecting these ever since I was a Moon Company, and even before I was Moon Company. This is like 90 or so glaives. I've lost track. It's actually more like 100 with that group there. But this is like, I don't know, 10, 11 months in the making. Kept on multiple alts. This used to take up so much space, let me tell you. But now I've finally mounted it on a wall, and the coolest glaives I have are the ones on this side. We've got a whole bunch of these Wolfram short glaives, some neat gold ones, and then these awesome platinum ones. You'll notice there are no Ducat glaives on this wall at all, because these are all acquired prior to the Ducat update, where treasure chest weapons were, Ducatable. Then we've got this little wall here. This is just my blue wall, right? I've got this, starts with a P, platinum. Platinum war axe, amaranth backsword, amaranth war axe. And then we've got this nice little table. I've just got these two nice little silver gold setups here. Nothing really special about them, just look cool together. And then I just had a bunch of these stupid things, so I just put them all in a row. And then we get to the rose gold wall and the wall of ancient daggers, which are my favorite knife in the game. Ancient daggers are awesome. I love collecting them. I've got a whole bunch of them here. And then I've got a whole bunch of rose gold war axes, and most of these I didn't find. I paid for the majority of these. Yeah, because people just don't really want rose gold weaponry, so I made a ton of them. You know, I got a ton of rose gold, what are they called? Treasure chest items. There you go. So yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 war axes, 2 Labrys axes, 5 back swords, 4 glaives, 4 short glaives rather, and then 2 of these ancient daggers. And then this wall, we've got just a random Dizale I happen to have. This is the only weapon that's post Ducat treasure update. And then we've got this set here. This is the set that won me that developer event where it was like outfit contests, and I just mounted that on the wall. And then we've got this last bit, which are these 2 groups of weapons. And a lot of people think I did this just like to just to have them. It's a nice centerpiece, and funny thing is that's actually not the case at all. I have used each of these because whenever I'm bored of the weapon I use and ensure, I swap it out. I swap to a different weapon that I prefer at the time. So I've been using the Charlie Carbine, I've been using the Blunder, I even used the shitty Carbine model 1793, and most frequently I use the Jaeger and occasionally Springfields. And then because I'm always switching between this black set and my rose gold set, I've got 2 variants for each. And yeah, typically, honestly, nowadays, I'd still be using this if it wasn't for the fact that I got a Tanakashima. And the Tanakashima's OP as shit, you know? It does 95 damage. I can't complain with that thing. And so, with that gun, there is literally no reason to use any of those ever again. You know, it's a blunderbuss, it's a Giselle, it's a Jaeger, it's a carbine, it's all in one. It's all of the best parts of the weapons, you know. It reloads faster than the Giselle, it does more damage than the Jaeger. It's, what's the third stat I forgot about? Damage, it's more accurate than all the muskets. And the only downside is the absurd insurance cost. It's like 620 pounds a day, which is a bitch, but I've got, I've got pounds to get rid of because Pound Wipe's coming. So, yeah, I mean, what else is there to say, really? So, that's my house. This is the shiny room. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little look at my house. This is, I believe, like the 6th or 7th one I've made so far. Oh, good lord, I've made so many stupid houses. It's pretty ugly from the exterior, I'll admit. But, yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed.